Hello and welcome back to the Recovery Channel in our series of interviews. This week, we have with us Alonzo, who has an inspiring story indeed. Just a quick reminder that consistent with Tradition 6 of all the 12-step programs, we are not being endorsed by, nor we endorse any organization or legal entity, lest issues of fame and fortune distract us from our primary purpose of helping people. We are talking to people who have been through the program and have sobriety because we want you to see that it's possible. It's possible for them and it's possible for you. Believe that? Okay. With that, let's have a little chat with my friend Alonzo. Alonzo, let me ask you the first question, can I?
Yes.
Was there a time or event in your life that helped you realize that you had a problem with drugs?
Yes, it was. When I first started, and about a month after I got into it, I seen that I was getting out of hand, and that the police were watching me. And I didn't care. I didn't notice. If I noticed it, I didn't care. All I was out after is to either make money or get the drugs to keep it in my mouth until I got arrested. And that's when I found out myself that I had a problem. Because I had did something that I thought I would never go to, and that was to jail and prison.
Hey, Alonzo, how long after that did you go to your first 12-step meeting?
I spent 18 months in prison, and I went to my first 12-step about 2 weeks after I got released.
Did you think you were powerless over drugs at that time, Alonzo?
I knew I was.
Tell me more, Alonzo.
I had no control over nothing. Only thing I had control over was trying to get some more. And when I realized I was powerless over it, I couldn't stay sober 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes I had to have some. It come to my attention that you're getting way out of hand now. So you don't need really to be doing this. But with no control, no act, no way that I wanted to stop, I let it keep going till it got really out of hand.
How'd you find your higher power, Alonzo?
My higher power to me has always been God. And I got to know him when I was 7 years old. Until I was 13, then I left. And that's when I first started my drug addiction. When I got out got out of the pen the first time, and went to my first 12-step program, they were talking about this higher power. At first, I didn't realize what they were talking about. Then I understood the more I went and understood hearing them saying your higher power, I realized they were talking about God. I said, oh yeah, well, I do have him. And I do know that I can't do nothing without him. I need him to help me to get over this, because doing it my way will amount to nothing.
So tell me something. How would you describe surrender?
Surrender really is giving up. And giving up to me is something that I can't see myself doing. That means stopping and stop doing what you're doing. And I don't like stop doing what I'm doing. So I'm not that weak. I'm strong. And surrender. I had to surrender to get out of this drug addiction.
How would you advise someone just starting out in recovery with some practical actions that they can take to surrender?
Take the cotton out of your ears, put it in your mouth, zip your lip, and open your ears and listen to what's being said. Pay attention. Get you a sponsor. Leave your old cronies alone. For your peers. Get you a list of somebody in recovery. New phone numbers. Get rid of your old friends and the phone numbers. Pay attention to your sponsor, like I said. Listen. If you don't have anything decent to say, that's why the cotton needs to be in your mouth and not in your ears, so you can hear what somebody can say. Because somebody's share at a meeting, they're going to say something that could possibly save your life. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss it.
Hey, Alonzo, was it hard for you to make the decision to turn your will and your life over to the care of your higher power, and how'd you do it?
Yes, it was real hard. So hard, in fact, that it took me over 20 years to finally do it. And I did it because I finally got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I didn't want to be out there and end up locked up in pen for life or in the cemetery for life. Because one of the two would have happened if I had to turn my will and my power over to the care of God as I understood Him.
Our viewers are getting ready to wrap up their inventory soon. What was your experience with your inventory, Alonzo?
That's, like I said, that's the truth. When it says fearless, searching moral inventory of yourself, that's what it means. You're going to dig deep down inside of yourself. You're going to bring up something that you had in the way back burner that you yourself wanted to forget about. And that inventory is going to make you get back into that and bring it up to life again. Oh, that's why I call it the truth. And that's what it is, the truth. Now, everyone, no matter what addiction they have, everybody has a spider in the closet or whatever you say. So everybody's got something in the back shelf to where they want to forget about. But that fearless and moral inventory is going to bring it back up to where you're going to think about it.
Did you learn anything new about yourself during your fourth step inventory?
Yes, I did. The more I kept things hidden, the worse I was going to be. But I learned how to give up, to let things not bother me. And that's new to me in itself, because I had this knack of letting stuff get on under my skin. And to learn something new about myself, learn something new about myself. I really was down in myself. It took me almost 9 months to finish my inventory. And I felt a lot of relief after I did it. I learned a lot of stuff about myself that I can do what I want to do if I just turned myself over. And I finally woke up and turned myself over.
You know, I could do this all day. Now we're going to have to stop. In future sessions, as we talk about step 5 through 12, Alonzo will be with us to share his experience, strength, and hope. Be sure to come back next week when we'll be concluding our interview series with sex addiction. You should be getting real close to wrapping up your inventory right about now. But if not, that's okay. There's no shame in that. I'd encourage you to talk to your sponsor and figure out what you need to do to make progress. Have a great week. And remember, recovery is possible today.